Good morning, students. How are you all? Hope you all are doing good, isn't it? So, today we are going to learn now commerce. Okay, in this commerce lesson, we are going to learn about consumerism. This lesson is about consumers only, isn't it? Consumer protection. So, under that one, we are going to learn about what is consumerism, how this term is derived, this word consumerism. Okay, what we know about the consumers, isn't it? Consumers, we learned already, the persons, individuals who consume the products which are either manufactured and sold or created by nature and sold, okay, or any that they avail the services provided by the service providers. So they are the consumers, isn't it? The people, those who consume goods or services, in short, okay, they are the consumers, isn't it? How they were exploited, we have learnt already now, isn't it? How they were exploited, many ways through they are exploiting the consumers, either the producers or the government, understand, they are exploiting for that, by selling the for higher prices, or for that joining the substandard products, that not substandard products, that adding that adulteration, okay, adding water along with the milk, then adding some other chemicals to in order to increase the density of the milk, then stones with the grains, then many ways, papaya seeds in the pepper, like that they are doing some the adulteration, then increasing prices, substandard products, then artificial scarcity or hoarding, we can say, okay, that actually they may have more products, but they may create artificial scarcity. Once the demand increases, they increase the price, okay, but at large, what the consumers have to pay more price for the less quality may not be good, isn't it? Or for in order to give the quality products or the famous products, the popular products, duplicates will be available. Then famous products or the popular products quality will be good. By hearing the name, we will think that is the original product. So in that way and all, they are exploited. So nowadays we have learned the consumers are the king of the market. In king, isn't it? In the market, they are considered as the king or the superiors. Superiors in marketing. In a market, who? The consumers. Consumers are the superiors in the marketing. So we have learned in the origin of marketing, isn't it? First exchange of goods, then production oriented, marketing oriented, then consumer oriented, management oriented, we have learned. So nowadays only, in this 20th century, 21st century only, they give more importance for the consumers. So now that in the year 1960s, in the middle of 1960s only, this consumerism has been evolved. That word, consumerism. Like before that, they had capitalism and socialism, isn't it? Capitalism, socialism. So after the socialism, they have coined a new word called consumerism. Here, the consumers must be given more importance. Here we can say mostly who will be the consumers? The individuals, isn't it? Individuals and the business units also. Those who purchase goods, even the people, the retailers, they are also not the individuals, but they are some institution or organizations. Okay, institutions are organizations, they are also becoming the consumers because they purchase the goods and they will sell the goods. They are also purchasing. All the purchases, isn't it? Either their consumption or for the selling purpose to the consumers. So they must be protected in every sense. So this word, this consumerism has come into existence in the year 1960s. Okay, when, where? In America. Not in our country, understand, but in America only this has become more popular. Here, the producers, the sellers, and service providers, all these people, they give importance to the consumers because they are the one who sell the products, or the producers from their products must be sold to the consumers properly. Nowadays they say the product must have the quality of satisfying the wants of the human beings or the consumers. It must satisfy the wants of the consumers. So nowadays they provide many number of services to the consumers. This after sales service, giving guarantee card, all these are more in order to attract the consumers, or we can say it is availed for the purpose of protecting the customers. Okay, or doing service after around 1 year, 2 years, free service will be provided for that durable goods. We learned, isn't it, in the exploitation. So all these things have been done in order to protect the consumers. Okay, so this consumers movement came in existence in the middle of 1960s. Now we will see some of the definitions given in the book. One is given by L. Massey. L. Massey has said, consumerism is an attempt, okay, one attempt to enhance the rights and powers by buyers in relation to sellers. What is the meaning? It is one attempt. Consumerism is an attempt. It will increase the rights and powers of buyers in relation to sellers. Actually, sellers are having more rights and powers, but they have to increase the rights and powers of the consumers, buyers. The rights and powers only given more importance in the L. Massey's definition. The rights and powers of buyers will be increased. Okay, another one is given by William Stanton. Here he is saying, consumerism means the actions of individuals and organizations. That means individuals and organizations means those who are buyers. Okay, the actions of individuals and organizations in response to consumers' dissatisfaction arising in exchange relationship. If the consumers are dissatisfied, if they are not satisfied about any things, if they are not satisfied about the product, that problems must be solved by the organizations or the individuals. Okay, that means the one who sells, seller has to solve the problems of the buyers. Understand, here problems are given more importance. Problems of buyers must be solved by the sellers. Okay, there. Another one, Philip Kotler has explained. He has given one definition. Here he is saying consumerism not limited to organized efforts. So consumerism it includes organized effort, and also it includes one social movement, that is increasing the rights and powers. he is adding this masses words. Understand? Organized effort means here they will sell the product. Selling takes place first good. Okay. At the same time, the rights and powers are also must be increased. Okay. So both movement, one social movement, the rights and powers of the consumers must be increased. At the same time, it is an organized efforts. Okay. So both there. Okay. They are taking some efforts, solving some of the problems. So these two definitions are given together in the words of Philip Kotler. Okay, around 2 definitions you can study enough. Okay. So we know many injustice is done to the buyers from the sellers or from the government or through the middlemen, anybody. Okay, sellers will include all middlemen, all those who are engaged in the selling of the products. Buyer will be the one, isn't it? The ultimate consumers. So all these people, all these injustice are done towards the customers must be protected, must be removed. Okay, so that unfair trade practices, any malpractice done, any hoarding is done, or the government itself do some malpractice to the consumers, everything must be detected and they must be protected against all these injustice. Okay, so we will see the importance of consumerism. Importance of consumerism. Importance of consumerism. What is the importance? What they have to do? So the consumers must be awakening and uniting the consumers. All the consumers must be given some knowledge about the products, everything. So they should have the knowledge. Okay, that one, information must be given, complete information. Then the government must be awakened. Okay, government must be said that what are the ways the customers are exploited. So that one. Then they have to discourage the unfair trade practices. Then they have to be protected against the exploitation. Then any law, consumer laws available, that we will learn in the next chapter. Okay, so that information must be given to the consumers about the law. Consumer protection law will be law awareness must be given to the consumers, and they have to see whether that law is implemented effectively. Okay, then they have to discourage all the antisocial elements in the society against the consumers. Okay, that is the main importance of consumerism. Now we will learn its origin, growth, development, origin or evolution and growth of the consumerism. When this consumerism has been originated, when in the beginning of 20th century, that means 1910, like that times. Okay, during the First World War, Second World War. Okay, the beginning of 20th century only, this has come into existence. The word consumerism. Okay, because we have learned in 18th century what happened. 18th century, that mass production. Okay, mass production takes place. The production was more. Then after that 19th century and all, what happened? Only sales oriented. Sales oriented marketing. They have to sell the products, but they never because they have more production, stock is more, they need to sell them, and their main aim is to earn profit. That was their main motive. So they were ready to sell the products at any cost, but low cost only. Okay, for that purpose they may give any false advertisement, that leaving all the real features of the product, they may mislead the customers. They may say some false statements about the product. By believing this false advertisements, the people will purchase those products. Afterwards, they will be cheated. Okay, so because of this century's production and sales, the 20th century only they have realized the needs of the interest of the consumers must be protected against these exploitations, many kinds of exploitations, isn't it? Against some women's movements also, because almost the goods are purchased by the housewives, isn't it? So the women, they come to know what all the higher price that they pay for the low quality goods. So everything is understood by the women. So the women movements have took place. But all these took place not in India, in America. Okay, there only the women, they're middle class women. The higher class women, they never worry about them, isn't it? They purchase the very high products, whatever be the price they are afford to pay. But the middle class people, they may not be affordable to pay the higher price for the low quality goods. So in America, the middle class women only have started this movement. Okay, they have started one league, that is National Consumers League. National Consumers League. Okay, because the government, they never interfere. The sellers come directly and sell the substandard, low quality goods to the consumers, and they earn more profit. But the government never take into consideration these people. Okay, so they have started one league, that is National Consumers League. Okay, so all these any low quality goods, everything must be controlled by the government. But when this has been started in India, here in India, it might have come very late, isn't it? Because in Indian, most of the people live in villages, rural, isn't it? What they do, they never buy more products from the market. They cultivate and they satisfy with their cultivated products, isn't it? Their cultivation, they will be, then they buy very little products only from outside, either for soap, isn't it? Or for this purpose only they buy. Even then, consumerism has started in India, but late. Maybe in the late 20th century. Okay, we have learned already in 1960s only. So very late only in India, around the 90s only they have started some movements, 1986. Okay, around at the end of the 20th century only, in India we have started the consumers movement. Here, one person is considered as the father of consumer movement. Here, the person name is Ralph Nader. It has started which country? United States. Ralph Nader. Okay, he is the father of consumer movement. One word they may ask. Okay, father of consumer movement. Okay. Father of consumer movement is called Ralph Nader. He is from America. Understand? He is the father of consumer movement. So, because of his movement only, there they have started, it has started in America, and from there it has been started to other countries also. British, then Sweden, Denmark, even in African countries also it has been started. So, in United Nations they have adopted was, they have given some general guidelines for the consumer protection. United Nations General Assembly. Okay, it has started even in United Nations General Assembly, Security Council. We have learned in civics, isn't it? So in the General Assembly, they have given some general guidelines in order to protect the customers. Nowadays, this consumer protection has been developed, isn't it? Consumer protection has been developed. Because nowadays they say the consumers are the king of the market, isn't it? So they are the king in the market, they are the supreme in the market, so they may not be exploited. Okay, they may not be exploited. So we have studied the importance, isn't it? So there is a need to have this consumer protection, because they are affected, they are paying more price for the low quality goods. That's why some need arises to have a one act, or it is very sure, it is a must that all the consumers must be protected against the exploitation against them, done either by the producers or the middlemen or sellers, or even by the government. Okay. So today students, I will mark and give some of the question answers. You study. I am not taking too much for today's question. Okay, I will mark and give some of the question answers. Define consumerism. 142. Here, second question. Any two you can learn. Okay. This we have marked. Importance of consumerism. Okay, 3, 4. 142. Importance. This one. Okay, this 7 points. Then, need for consumer protection. For this one, you can write the importance also. Otherwise, they have given one separate heading. Okay, this is also very simple, but not point-wise paragraph-wise. You have to write point-wise. Okay. Okay, this paragraph you mark. Okay, this many questions only you have to learn today. Okay, students. So tomorrow we will learn the next heading. Okay, thank you, students, very much.